Now, from our fact box, it should give you an idea of what we are discussing today. But just in case you are still wondering, today we are looking at a sexual transmission infection called syphilis. And to help me discuss this very important topic, I do have in studio with me. Kindly introduce yourself.
I'm Stephen Morris Daka.
Mhm.
I'm a student nurse at Agape College of Nursing. I'm a graphic designer. I am a fish farming consultant and a
Mhm.
poet at the same time.
Mhm. Nice one. I'm thinking of doing some fish farming this year, so I'll definitely come through for some
I'm
consultation.
very much available, Khan.
Yeah.
Sure.
Nice one. Kindly introduce yourself, madam.
Good afternoon. My name is Finance Kamwimba. I'm an advocate for everyday issues.
Mhm.
I look at period poverty and I'm a student. I'm a marketing student.
Nice one. All right. Welcome to Ken's and welcome to the show. All right. So we may all have heard about the STI syphilis, and it's called by a number of different local names. Some of us may have known some symptoms without really knowing what problem someone may be going through. So, Mr. Morris, just maybe getting started. What is syphilis?
Syphilis is a sexual transmitted disease, as you have said, and it's actually caused by a bacteria, a
Mhm,
parasitic bacteria known as Treponema pallidum.
mhm,
This bacteria usually we contract it through sexual intercourse.
mhm,
As you know, actually it lives in the fluids that are in the body.
mhm,
So if it is a man that has this, it will be in the semen.
mhm,
If it's a woman, it will be actually in
mhm,
the alkaline fluids that are
mhm,
found in the human's genital.
mhm,
So in that act of sex, you find that there'll be that friction.
mhm,
So that friction will cause actually the sexual part to become permeable
mhm,
to this bacteria.
mhm,
So find that if it's a woman who has a man will actually contract it,
mhm,
will get it, and then it will harbor between the penile glands
mhm,
and the foreskin,
mhm,
that line in between. And because the penis was in action and it has opened, the rear has opened, it will easily do what? It will easily penetrate and get into the what? Into the stream, the bloodstream.
All right. I'll kindly ask you to explain that again in vernacular. If you can, please. Put it in
Muchibemba.
my head.
Okay, muchibemba
Yes.
kadetila. Ubu bulwere bwa syphilis buyisa omulandu wakwampana pamwe
Mhm,
okwa sexual act elo buba caused nakashishi beta Treponema paradigm
mhm,
mu science.
mhm,
So akakashisha katemwa okwikala mu menshi asangwa mu mubiri
mhm,
ku bwana kashi yasangwa mu menshi asangwa mu bwana kashi mulya na kumwawo me yasangwa mwisa mu menshi yabwawo motwita mukisungu ati amasemen.
mhm,
So mwasanga ati akakashisha aka nga pali abantu balekumana palya
mhm,
kalesa mukumuvinga because palya omuwame n'obwana kashi palaba friction ilya friction ilalenga enkanda yaba weekend yaba kwata mo yaba pembe bo yakwata mwakwingirira yakwata enchini mwakwingira.
mhm,
So akakashishi nga kaisa ikala palya muwame kulya kuntanshi na palya pabere enkanda twaikala mulya mumbali tulesa mukwata fast tulengira shani tulengira fast mwisa mumwaume. That's why you would find that in men imwaume ilesa mkumonekera bwangu kushira mwisa
Mubana kashi.
mubana kashi
mhm,
ilesa mwaume within 2-3 days mwasanga ati maybe mwaume mama signs and symptoms yamba kushani okumonekera mubana kashi it can take 2-3 weeks pakuwa tikese monekera. At times maybe as we said it can even take as years as possible for it to manifest. Sure.
All right. And how is syphilis spread from one person to another?
Okay. First of all, syphilis. I can start with the causes because it causes rash in sores. So when one person has rash, or maybe sores, then mainly that during the sex intercourse, it can cause syphilis. And the other thing is through mother to child. Yes, where a mother is pregnant. So as a result, you can find a child is also having that infection. Then the other thing, I think it can also be through the injections we take. Yes. So basically, it's more like HIV and AIDS. How we get this HIV and AIDS. I think that's the way we can also get syphilis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Morris, from what I know, there's primary syphilis, there's secondary syphilis, and there's latent.
Latent, which is tertiary, in other words. Yes.
So how would I know if I have syphilis? What are the symptoms of syphilis?
First thing first, like in the first I said, in primary syphilis, usually it will actually manifest. Actually, there will be no. You usually find that you have a small lesion of the wound. It will appear like a wound on the penile or maybe on the valve. Then when it appears, it will not be painful at all. It will be just like a kaloma. I think akalonda ni kwa takalonda kwisa kuma private part. Then maybe if you ignore by that time, after some time, it will start now kwambo kumashani ama fina. Kuwa wamenangu kwisa kuwa nakashi. They will start now having what? Pus coming out. After that, you find that maybe you find that kwambo kuna mutwe umutole kalipa panono fija kamuto kale kalipa, and then you find that ama lymph nodes ayama pautran that mundu na kwato mtantamfula you find that payapo ya chingiro muntu ambo kwatama lymphs yambo kushashani ama lymph nodes yambo kushashani yambo kukalipa. So when that happens, those are signs and what and symptoms of what of primary primary syphilis. But now as we move on, because this syphilis, some of us we take these things very light. Nga signs and symptoms we don't take them serious. We decide to sit back and relax. No, na ala kala pola kene. Nga mwasenda kona ayama common remedies. Mwasenda na pali kalaka shukuru kampele kwenshi. But that bacteria will still be in the body. In the secondary phase now, that's why now it is becoming aggressive. It is now the bacteria starts moving now. It starts spreading, and then it's the little pain kaja which you used to have as from your head. It now starts increasing. And now that one will go, it will be minor meningitis. And now mulmasa mambo kula munomutwe umutwe taulepo mutomtonishima ama meninges. I hope we understand what causes what we say when we say meningitis, isn't it? Nishikuria kubongo kudia kwali befifimba brain fidya fyambo kula fyaba affected no akakashishi fyambo kula sishani ukula songa fyambo kula omuntu malasangati ale umfa fyomuto ushirere kaule donzo kushani masanga manje na marashi hapo kwa mashani reddish rashes like especially kuma private parts. Not only that, masanga manje yalamba no kula sela yambo kula ingira mwisa mumulopa. And then to alambo kanda kwa there's what we call say condromeo mater lata medical terminologies. No ma ukufi bwesha mo twenda fyalasa manje kula sta affect wasanga utulonda twamonekela. Sometimes you find that I'm a private part. There's one experience we had. It was really heartbreaking because muntu adi kwa see ukudikwa kashishi kaleya so that is now in the secondary stage. Now when we reach the latent, now if this can happen maybe within 3-5 years after 10 years. Umuntu manje kwamba nokula sta BF kwatamba kaka nomo kambo kulubana nishmanja ba managers yabafuli ata attacked. And then mambo kwate otutatile wati lymphadenopathy. Ama lymph here, fimba fie, and then it's causing like where kwate for tulonda londo muntu. Then by the end of it all, masangati it may even cause what we call benign cancer. Yambo kula kozingo tuma cancer binkande, yambo kula something like that. This is syphilis. It's usually we take it so casually, but it is a very serious. Actually, in medicine, this is what in health. It's one of the major problems, health problems we have where in Zambia. Sure, I think those are in brief how these are the stages come.
All right. So from the information from the fact books that we had earlier listened to, it said that the syphilis bacteria can remain inactive in the body for decades before becoming active again. So how is this even possible?
It's possible because when you see this bacteria, it as long as you are it has all what it's nourishing from. You to be able to be there, remain dormant. But like as I said, perhaps the first stage, to start to appear, and somebody will look at no akarika shani. It's just like a common thing. They won't take it serious.
Yeah.
Yes, they won't take it serious. Sometimes some strange things, you get it. So find that because you did not treat it in the first stage, this bacteria, unless I will isechite acclimatize, right? Isechite yalachita no mubiri wala some but it's a normal one of the normal bacteria, because the body also has bacteria, we call them normal floras, right? So there are some part in normal, but at a later stage, as the fact stated, when years are moving on, you find that the immunity to begin to be what? Greater. And then as the immunity is being lowered, now it will begin to manifest. You did not take note of the first small signs. And later on, it manifests in totality. And upon manje, a permanent tertiary stage, or latent what? Stage. Nishapo manje, yamba no naula. And when it reaches at that point, it usually even gets to the heart. It dilates the aorta. And we know the aorta is the main artery that carries blood to the entire body, and also affects the aortic valve. Now, what I'm saying here, when this aorta dilates, what is happening is that the blood at the pace it to be moving will go down. And hence somebody may even suffer from hypotension. Not only that, find that also they'll have the valve, the problems, find that there'll be backflow of blood into the what? Instead of blood, ile afya ile basapla jambo kulabwirela mwisa mumutima. And that one will to cause what? It will be called what? An arrhythmia, cardiac arrhythmia.
All right. So finest, Mr. Morris earlier said it takes time to show in females.
Yes.
So how can one know that syphilis? What are some of the symptoms?
All right. Okay, mostly as ladies, well, we see, you might notice that you have rash, but we take it probably it's the pads I use, or maybe there was a certain chemical I use. So as ladies, you might find kubwana kashi kwambo fimba like that. Then you can also find sores that you've never noticed, and a rash which is continuously, it's not stopping. Yes. So those are the notices that ladies can take. If you notice such, it's better to quickly rush and check what's causing that.
All right.
Yeah.
And Mr. Morris, what can one do if they think they have syphilis?
The best thing to do is to go to the clinic. You know, if there is a condition people shun in the hospital, the clinic, there are STIs. Yeah, you go to Uncle Google, you know.
Yeah.
You go to Uncle Google, and then Uncle Google will tell you, no, if you want to the doxycycline, then wala bonfiako maybe na to CPRO-PD, to shan, you know, they'll be there, they'll tell you. But the question is, how far has this bacteria gone? or how much is the damage as the bacteria done what caused in the body. So the best way to do at this stage, whenever you have syphilis, is to do what? Visit the nearest clinic. They'll be able to detect the presence of Treponema pallidum, where in the urine, actually they would be able to detect it in the urine, and even even blood. Yes, there's those things that will do, and they'll be able to detect it. So now, when they have done that, you find that they'll prescribe. Actually, the process is so simple. You go there on OPD, they'll write, actually, OPD, they won't even ask you. Then you go and visit the clinic officer if it's at the clinic, and the clinic officer will be there. They will tell the clinic officer, this is the problem that I have. The clinic officer, with the knowledge vested in them, they'll be able to say, I think this is the condition at hand. They will send you to the lab. The lab, you'll be the only person there. But after they will withdraw the blood if it's the urine, and then they'll be there, do their things in the lab. Then they'll be able to know, they'll be able to detect. There are some things that they'll detect. So, I think the bacteria they'll be able to be in the microscope. You're able to see the bacteria, and you're able even to see the pus in the urine. And all those components which are causing the problem. And actually, pus comes about because there is war between a bacteria and the immune system, the antibody. So because of that, these white blood cells are dying. Now, when they are dying, that's now what comes out as pus. And not only you see there are a lot of things that you see in the microscope. Now, when those things have been seen, if not, maybe there's that like the rapid test we use for HIV, and it will be able, they will even show you themselves. They'll show to some moving instead of having a one and the 2 lines. When you go to they'll send you back to they'll send you back to the clinic officer, and they'll prescribe the medication right according to the extent this bacteria has gone. And it's very dangerous. At times, as my colleague stated, you say it may even affect the child if you are pregnant. Not only that, it may even affect reproduction itself. That's how deadly it is. Muntu aleka fe nokufyala. Nokuliwa afye omuntu aliwa afye ponza apa so apa papa ume na pawa na kashaliwa afye because of what? Of this. So the best thing to do, if one has but start notice some signs, rush to the clinic or the nearest hospital.
All right, interesting conversation. Right now, let's pause for a musical break, and we'll be back on the other side. 15:30 is the time. Good afternoon.